Kenny Moore is a veteran, and Kenny Moore has made the most out of an opportunity. Kenny Moore, I think, stands as a Colt, as a representative of a guy who can take an opportunity as an undrafted free agent who's cut by somebody else, signed by the Colts, and turns into a position of strength or a player of strength for the defense. And so from that perspective, a really good leader on this team, and a guy who I think a lot of the defensive backs, a lot of the guys in the secondary are looking to for leadership. We talked to Kenny Moore about that.
Jim Bob trying to say that maybe Anthony was
Jim Bob is really biased, but yeah, I think he'll tell the truth on that one.
And you've had some really nice battles with Josh Downs. How has he kind of challenged you, and what's that battle been like for you?
It's been great. It actually took me back in time. I remember when I was coming up here in the league, and I think it was my second year. You guys asked T.Y. What did they think about me, my growth and in that aspect. And he was saying, how feisty or scrappy or aggressive that I want to play and stuff like that against him. And I got the same take on Josh Downs. He's so competitive. He wants to get better each day. And he's a great matchup to make me better. And I do the same thing for him. So he win one, I win one, and we try to get the best of both sides each day.
It's surprising to think he's just in his second training camp. Some of the routes and the feel he has for the game.
Well, I think I give credit to him as well as the coaching staff, just knowing who they have as far as personnel, and trying to put Josh in a position to win. So, however way they, can make that break for, number 5 to throw the ball down the field, then that's great. But they've been doing a great job getting him down the field.
Josh said one of the things that you do well is that he can't get a read off of the coverage. It's makes something that you do. Yeah. When did you learn that? How did you learn to kind of disguise all that?
Well, I figured out that whenever the quarterback and the offensive opponent breaks the huddle, the quarterback is usually looking at me to try to, figure out the type of coverage that we're in. So I try to. It's like an acting job, I would say. So I feel like I'm in Hollywood and I'm trying to give off a certain discreet type of look, and so whenever the ball snaps, then that's whenever I can play football. So I try not to undress everybody else around me. I just try to hold my water as best as possible.
So it's not so much about not letting them know anything as it is about leading them in maybe a direction that you aren't headed.
Yeah, I try to do a lot of foolery. So I'm just trying to get the best of the quarterback to throw me the ball, throw the defense the ball.
Kenny used to being in coverage, obviously. What do you think of the way that play EJ made on Josh and just how he continues to grow in coverage?
Oh, that's great. I mean, I think that's a step of growth for EJ. Usually, I call out the red button. Whenever you can't see the ball, he can see the ball. And you're pretty much just waiting on his hands to come up and you got to slap and be aggressive through the point of contact. And so that takes a great level of poise to be able to get the ball down on the ground. And I think EJ definitely displayed that. And hopefully he can take that step, as far as confidence and guarding people that he's not used to always guarding.
How have you seen the cornerbacks grow in this camp? The young cornerbacks.
Oh, cornerbacks.
Yeah.
How have I seen them grow? Probably just the mistakes that they've made over the course of camp, or even the type of ball that they played last year. Not really trying to see them make those mistakes anymore. I think that's the best step of growth. Whenever you're hit with a certain play or a mistake or a mental error or whatever it is, the next time it comes around, you can be better at it. So honestly, probably just not making the same mistakes. I think that's how we can be better. But that, as well as learning from the guys around you. So say Juju messes up on a play, JJ can learn from that, so he's not messing up on that. And so if we can be better in that aspect, I think we can be better in the back end.
Kenny, with those guys competing for the starting spots, is that a challenge for you when it comes to continuity and chemistry when the cornerbacks and the safeties are all kind of rotating and mixing in with the ones?
I think that's great for everybody. Honestly, just trying to rise the level of play. I think the more that we learn in the meeting room and be able to correlate that here on the practice field, I think that'll help everybody. So however way it shakes out, the strongest survive. So just having that aspect, we just got to keep everybody over the course of the season. I mean, even if you do win the starting job, that doesn't guarantee you to be starting, in the Super Bowl. So over the course of the season, we just all have to stay with a high morale and be able to stay together.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thank you.
That's Kenny Moore. He's got the hair work, and all I can think of is, man, I'm hot and I got no hair. Kenny Moore has got to be hotter than balls underneath all that hair. My God almighty. But out on the field, making plays, that's what he does. And maybe a guy who is back there returning kicks. We see him in practice every day returning kicks. If he can do it, good on him. I think it's going to be Anthony Gould, though. But Kenny Moore, if he can kind of impact a football game doing that, he'll do it.